Will AI replace junior developers? I asked experts at Pycon US. It's an article by Ardash on his blog website. I attended Pycon US in Pittsburgh. This was my first in-person Pycon US. At this Pycon, I decided to try something different. I skipped most of the talks and focused on the hallway track, just walking around, meeting people, and asking questions. I was also presenting a poster at Pycon on using Python to improve at chess. Before the conference, I had prepared a few questions I wanted to ask the Python people. What do you think is the future of programming? Will AI take over the programming jobs in the next 2 to 3 years? What AI tools do you use in daily work? What advice do you have for Python developers? These are really interesting questions. Most of the people I talk to are familiar names in the Python community. I've read their blog posts, watched their talks, or used their open source tools. There are many more people I wish I had a chance to talk to, but I'm glad I got to speak with the ones I did. One thing surprised me. Very few people said AI will replace developers. I expected more. Later I realized why. Most of the folks I spoke to are working on deep core programming problems, like optimizing CPython or developing dev tools. These are areas where current AI tools aren't that useful. LLMs haven't seen much of that code, so maybe it's not that surprising after all. Here's what they said. This is interesting. Every time I go to conferences, the best part is always meeting people. Hardly ever I go to talks, and maybe it's just the type of talks I've been to, which is mathematical talks, and mathematicians are known for not being the best at communicating, and honestly I can agree with that, and being a mathematician myself, I can agree with that. I had to work a lot on it, but there are a lot of times I walk in the talk, walk out not knowing what's going on, and it's just too much to pack in that given 30 minutes, 1 hour. And fair enough too, because sometimes you spend just a month defining a problem. And so 1 or 2, even 2 hours is not very long. So meeting people is just always has been my favorite part. And these questions sounds really interesting. I wonder also how different the answers will be for different communities. We have Guido van Rossum, a Dutch programmer. Guido said AI won't replace programmers. He's not a fan of vibe coding. Letting AI write code you don't understand. He's not impressed with the quality of the code generated by current tools, but he does use GitHub Copilot for autocomplete, and he expects AI assistant to get much better in the future, something like a supercharged Copilot. Anthony Shaw, PSF fellow, author of CPython Internals. Anthony said AI is like the new Stack Overflow. Earlier people copied code from blog or seniors, now it's from ChatGPT. AI is useful for boilerplate or things you already know. He uses Copilot Chat for regular stuff and agent mode when he's working on something unfamiliar, like front-end work. His advice: don't blindly rely on AI. If you don't keep learning, the gap between juniors and seniors will grow fast. Anthony Sotao, maintainer of pre-commit, Flake 8, and PyTest. He doesn't use AI tools. He said his problems are too complex for AI. It's easier for him to just write the code and explain it to a chatbot. He does agree that AI is good for boring or repetitive code. Yeah, I think I like these short answers. There's something about when you interview people face to face, I feel like the answers are shorter, answers are more precise, there's no flakes. I like these. Reuven M. Lerner, Python author and trainer. Reuven said companies should not replace junior devs. He said juniors are like seeds. If companies don't invest in them now, they will struggle later when they only have senior devs and AI bots. He uses AI mostly for writing, like reviewing posts or generating images. He rarely uses it for coding. Trey Hunter, Python morsels. Trey said AI won't replace developers, but it might change how we work. Developers might end up reading and reviewing more code instead of writing everything from scratch. He doesn't use Copilot or coding tools. He copies from ChatGPT when needed and uses a tool called Typing Mind to talk to AI. It is also worth a mention that Trey taught the Cabo card game during the evenings after Pycon. Samuel Colvin, founder of Pydantic. Samuel had a different view. He said AI will replace some programmers. Companies will use AI to do more with fewer people. He sees AI as a way to speed things up and make work more efficient. He uses tools like Trey, Klein, and others to boost his workflow. AI will replace some programmers. I think that's also a fair point. I think once AI gets to a point where the programmers in most applications, they can use it more efficiently, then obviously there's increase in efficiency, and that could lead to needing less people for the same job. At the same time, they might create more other jobs too, even if it's the same title, junior developers, but maybe in different areas. Maybe there's an integration into building a integrated AI software for a company, for example, or building a different AI app altogether. Simon Willison, Django co-creator, creator of Dataset. Simon said AI won't replace developers, but it will create new types of work and improve productivity. He uses Cloud, ChatGPT, and his own LLM CLI tool. For a personal script, he uses AI to get things done quickly and review the code properly when it matters. Mariara Vijaya, Python core developer. Mariara said AI is more helpful for senior developers. Seniors can use AI to write code quickly, then fix what's wrong. For juniors, it depends. If the task is small, AI can help, but juniors still need to understand what the code does. She uses Copilot in her daily work. She also recommends this talk from PyTexas. Heather's talk, How to Think Like a Senior Engineer. So here's the final thoughts. Most Python people agree. AI won't replace developers anytime soon. My thoughts? It will definitely change how we work. If you're using AI without understanding, you'll likely fall behind. If you keep learning and adopt, you will do fine. My personal favorite moment. One of the highlights of the Pycon US for me was meeting Paul Everett. He gave me a sneak peek of the Python documentary trailer before it was released on YouTube. And even better, he handed me a chocolate cornetto from the PyCharm booth while telling stories. Instant core memory. Paul is one of the most enthusiastic and genuine people I met at the conference, a natural storyteller. A few things I didn't know about him until then. He managed the Navy MIL while serving in the US military, one of the earliest websites on the internet. He was a keynote speaker at the first ever Python conference in 1994. He helped incorporate the Python Software Foundation. He was Guido's manager during his Plone days. The kind of person you meet once and never forget. That's all from my whole way trek this year. That's really concise, interesting, and very insightful article. Thank you, Adash, and thank you guys for watching. And if you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye.